I just started reading, or listening to rather, on Audible, a new book today, The Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky. He's a Russian novelist, and one of the problems that I run into is keeping track of all the names. There's a political commentator I listen to a lot, and one of the things that he emphasizes to help keep narrative straight is remember the names, because they keep popping up. And it's no different in helping keep track of a book, what's going on. Because it can be a real distraction. Just as in normal conversation, when someone uses a term that you don't understand, there's a moment of cloudiness where you just try and use the context to assemble what the gist of what they're saying is. And if it's names in a book, you can quickly get confused of knowing you're trying to follow characters through the story, and it can be a mess. So, but like anything else, I wanted to play the piano, but it turns out practicing 30 minutes before my class once a week isn't going to cut it. I took 3 years worth of Spanish. I hardly know any Spanish. It's not going to do me any good unless I put the effort into it. Consider when you were first learning to read. You now can read probably effortlessly. You go through these words and you can get the joy of a book, you readers out there. Or maybe it's a comic book, but you read every day. You read every day. You use it every day. You reap the benefit of that. You no longer have to stop at every letter or every word to go quickly and look it up to then get, okay, that's what's happening here. No, but you put in that front end work, defining the elements of it, and then it gives you opportunity to give more attention to what else is going on. Whether it's a piano, violin, reading a book, reading the Brothers Karamazov, or reading a book in the Bible. Remembering the names is a guardrail that helped me so much in Jeremiah. And it can be places or people. It helps being able to track where they're going and who's from where. But even for myself, in a previous video, I showed you that at the front end of the book of Jeremiah, I just wrote out, there's one example of how you can remember, what names you could remember and how that might help in the book. I wrote down in the front of the book of Jeremiah, for my own reference, to drill it into my head, the kings of Judah leading up to Jeremiah's prophesying, what this book encompasses, all the way up until the end, to where the book concludes, where Babylon conquered Jerusalem, conquered Judah, and took them into exile. So one of the reasons that's particularly helpful in Jeremiah is it moves around in chronology in which kings it's referencing. So for instance, if you were to go on Bible Gateway and do a search for Jehoiakim, one of the kings of Judah, you would find, if you click on, okay, well, I want to look for Jehoiakim, but just in the book of Jeremiah, you would scroll down and you'd see him referenced throughout the book. Same with Zedekiah, and Zedekiah is the last king. You find him in earlier chapters and later chapters. So you see that Jeremiah is moving around and referencing different periods of history. And that's helpful. If you're not familiar with the names of the kings, then what's going on, you wouldn't be able to follow with the story. Like maybe Star Wars fans, if you maybe mixed up the order that you watch the movies, it'd be difficult to follow what's going on unless you knew, like, okay, this one happens at a different time period, like a prequel. This one now jumps further ahead later. So it just makes it more easy to follow. It relieves you of the confusion of that moment, of maybe misassigning a time and place. It relieves you of that stress and allows you then to focus more on the message, the intent, these things that the author assumed his readers would know, and allows you to be able to dwell more on the point of his message. A second set of names that helped me reading the book of Jeremiah, and I've referenced them in previous videos, and I really found a lot of joy in this, just following the sons of Shaphan. And we see that this, first, Shaphan was a scribe during the time of the reign of Josiah. And you can find him in 2 Kings 22, where Josiah begins his reign, and he leads the people to go and clean and renovate, restore the house of the Lord, the temple. And Hilkiah the priest comes upon the book of the law. So they had lost, neglected, forgot the book of the law, the words of God. And Hilkiah brings these to Shaphan, the scribe, and the Shaphan brings it to the king. And the king tears his robes, I believe. He responds humbly, and he sends Shaphan, the scribe, his son, Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, and several others to Huldah, the prophetess. And anyway, that's another, you can read that in 2 Kings 22. So that's Shaphan. Well, throughout the book of Jeremiah, if you just, again, do a quick search, Bible Gateway or other somewhere else, look for, or just read through the book and note, oh, there's Shaphan again. Oh, there's his sons. So many of Shaphan's sons have an integral role, a very important role in this book. We see in chapter 26, Jeremiah is spared, and one of the reasons why, in the final verse of that chapter 26, 24, but the hand of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, was with Jeremiah, so that he was not given into the hands of the people to put him to death. And it just comes up over and over again. We have a message to the exiles in chapter 29, this letter sent from Jeremiah. The letter was sent by the hand of Elisah, the son of Shaphan, and Gemariah, the son of Hilkiah, whom Zedekiah, king of Judah, sent to Babylon to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, saying, and he goes on to this message. And there's more. Even up until towards the end of the book, Gedaliah is then set in charge of, I'm passing another one right now that I've underlined. It helps to underline them. Then you can just see like how much it shows up. Here's one in chapter 36. Then Baruch read from the book of the words of Jeremiah in the house of the Lord in the chamber of Gemariah, the son of Shaphan. And then later, now when Micaiah, the son of Gemariah, the son of Shaphan, so we don't even see, not just Shaphan's sons, but then his grandsons have an integral role. Anyway, it goes on, and they're trying to appeal for the king and to listen to the words of God through Jeremiah. Let's see. And Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan. So Gedaliah was one of the grandsons of Shaphan. But he is after the exile where Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar captured Jerusalem, took them into exile. He placed Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, in charge. And that's another tragic tale. But I hope that's been helpful. That it's interesting if you just take the time and put in the little effort in the front end to remember the names, it will allow you to enjoy not just a story, but be able to appreciate and recognize the message in a more enjoyable way. All right, well, I pray that you may be active in the sharing of your faith, and I will see you all again on the next video.